Yeah, that's right. I had to play a fun track today. It is Friday, December 19th, 2025. I'm excited. The weekend is almost here. We'll get through this afternoon as fast as possible. Today has been a disaster. I show up right at 8 a.m., right? Victor's not in the KBEAR studio. The door is open. I do see his mic muff is on the mic, and his headphones are close to the mic, so that means he is in the building. Usually, if he calls out, I'll see my bright red mic muff on the mic itself, and I'll go, oh, there, he's not here today. Time to drive the ship myself. But no, I found him in the break room, and the first thing he tells me is, Peaches, we have issues. I immediately, in my mind, was thinking, did I do something to make him mad? And I was thinking of like any single possible scenario where that could have been the case. And no, I couldn't think of anything. Turns out the KBEAR studio, the board in there at least, just like completely died during Victor's morning show. And so for that reason, I feel like the KBEAR studio is going to be out of commission for a short while. I am doing this particular afternoon show in the Cannonball 101 studio. So I would say you can get a hold of me, but unfortunately not today, and I don't know exactly when I'll be back in the KBEAR studio. Luckily next week, I'm only working Monday and Tuesday, and then we're off for Christmas Eve, Christmas, and then I'm off Friday just because it's my girlfriend's birthday and all of that. But I believe Victor will be back next week. So yeah, there's that. If you ever miss Peach's Pit Party, you can always find the show on demand wherever you get your podcasts. You can find it on places like Spotify, Apple, even our YouTube, KBEAR 101 RMG. I'll be back with more things to talk about here in just a few on this fun Friday on KBEAR 101. This weekend is the last weekend before Christmas, obviously. It's basically going to be like the Hunger Games in most stores. With shopping carts and all, Saturday and Sunday are two of the busiest shopping days of the entire year. Saturday especially. It's called Super Saturday, which sounds fun, but yeah, you're going to be shoulder to shoulder with every single person in that store. There's going to be one cashier trying to hold it all together. It is going to be a nightmare. Black Friday still takes the crown, but Super Saturday is right behind it. And I really just don't have it in me to battle the crowd on most days, let alone the busiest Saturday of the year. I don't need to, treat Walmart like an obstacle course. Luckily enough, my girlfriend took advantage of a Black Friday deal and got Walmart Premium at a discount. So I think what we'll do is we'll do the Walmart pickup order. So that way we can have the things delivered that we need to us and not have to worry about going into that madhouse. Oh, luckily I've done also most of my Christmas shopping online because, my parents don't live here and all of that. So that's mostly taken care of. I still need to get my dad, I think, like one or two more gifts. It's pretty bad when my dad buys me a good amount of stuff, a lot of things, and then I get him a book about the Dodgers. Yay. You have to be extremely careful with what you post online. A former Tennessee law enforcement officer has filed a lawsuit against his county and sheriff after spending more than a month in jail for posting a Facebook meme. I'm not going to say what exactly the Facebook meme is because it's definitely inappropriate to talk about on the air, but it's something political, right? And you got to be extra careful when you post something political, even just because people are going to have the weirdest reactions to it. And I mean, they're going to fight you. There's been plenty of times where I've posted various memes and there's always dumb comments, There's always comments where people don't get the joke, that type of thing. And it's quite silly. Like Facebook is just full of people, full of bots, I would say more so than people that just want to try to fight you in the comment section. It's very, very weird. But according to the 30-page complaint filed this week, Larry Bushart shared the meme 10 days after this specific event that happened that the meme was about. And I guess the image just made a whole bunch of people mad. The lawsuit says police arrived at his home the following day after he posted it, arrested him, and charged him with threatening mass violence at a school. So, yeah, again, you got to be extra careful with what you post online. The best thing you can do is you share pictures of you and your family or whatever, posting yourself eating tacos, something like that. Be careful with the memes. I forgot to talk about this at the beginning part of the show. Congratulations again to Jennifer Brown winning the signed guitar for Merry Xmas with the Advocates Injury Attorneys. Victor and I went on Facebook Live earlier today here in the Cannonball studio, and the wrapping paper that was on the guitar is still on the floor with some cardboard. It looks like a mess in here, but Jennifer Brown and her family showed up, and they all walked away with that awesome signed guitar from Bad Omens, Hailstorm, Fall Out Boy, Sleep Theory, and Never Tell. And they said they were going to put it like on the wall in the living room. I'm like, that's what you got to do, right? That's what you have to do. But I was talking with Jennifer Brown's husband about how many shows are coming to the area next year that have already been announced. I mean, the Complex just made a post not that long ago talking about how, Testament with Overkill and Destruction, they're going to be making their way to Salt Lake on March 16th. You got Lacuna Coil with Escape the Fate and Vows April 2nd. You got Era and Currents April 5th. You got that Chaos in Carnage Festival with Thy Art is Murder, Body Snatcher, Carnifex, so many more on that one. And then this band is going to be in Salt Lake May 27th with, I forgot who is opening up for them. Let me scroll down here. It's 156 Silence, Fox Lake, and Villanova is Thornhill. Make sure to check out that concert calendar at riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar. Here's Mercia on KBEAR 101. An LA Dodgers fan that caught Shohei Ohtani's third home run from the NLCS Game 4 in October has rejected a $2 million offer and is hoping to get more for it with an open auction. David Flores struck a deal with Golden Auctions to put it up for bids on December 23rd, with bids being taken through mid-January. Flores believes the bidding will go higher than $2 million he was offered, or higher than the $2 million he was offered, but added, whatever happens, I'll be in a better place. The Washington Nationals have finished over 500 for a season, haven't finished over 500 for a season since their 2019 World Series win. To change things up, the team is hoping a group of millennials can turn things around after hiring a 35-year-old president, Paul Tobani, a 33-year-old manager, Blake Butera. The team has also picked a 31-year-old general manager, Ani Kalambi. Ani Kalambi, is that how you say it? To put things into perspective, Tobani and Kalambi's combined age of 66 matches, one manager. The Reds, Terry Francona. So those two guys together equals the same age as Terry Francona, the manager of the Reds, and is 1 year less than the Brewers manager, Pat Murphy. Imagine that. Remember the name of DeSoto, Texas high school junior running back, Sarad Baker, because he might be the college football star of the 2027 season. DeSoto is in the Texas Class 6A2 playoffs, however you say that, whatever that is too. And in 5 games, Baker has racked up 135 carries for 1,503 yards and 19 touchdowns. His per-game average is crazy, 27 carries for 300 yards and almost 4 touchdowns per game. Wild. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on KBEAR 101. One of the internet's most watched gaming personalities is now getting hit with a giant lawsuit to the tune of $1 million after a very strange moment on his live stream. Apparently during a meetup with a viral robot in Texas, he lost his cool and just physically attacked it on camera. iShowSpeed, the streamer, I've seen his stuff. He seems rather nice. He's way over the top. When the camera's on, he's buck wild, That robot has a following and a brand that he beat up, and now its creators are saying it's so damaged they had to cancel other appearances and deals because of it. What's wild about this isn't just the dollar figure, it's that when you're a live stream personality, your reactions are literally content. And here, one of those reactions might cost a whole lot more than a few lost followers. It kind of makes you think about the line between entertainment and accountability when cameras are rolling. Everyone jokes about influencers doing crazy stuff for clicks, but a lawsuit, that's a whole other level. It's always that reminder that even when you're broadcasting for laughs, there's real consequences. I'm sure iShowSpeed could pay it off anyway, just because he makes so much money, and that dude is just, he's one of the most popular personalities online. I enjoy his content. Kai Cenat, who's even bigger than iShowSpeed, I just don't understand. I don't want to sound like a sleep token hater, but I seriously don't understand the hype when it comes to Kai Cenat. He does seem like a nice guy, though. Let's play some Chevelle Pale Horse on KBEAR 101. Peaches Pit Party right here on KBEAR 101. I haven't been to Vegas in 21 years or so. The last time I was there, I think I was 8 years old, and we went to Circus. Couldn't ride any of the rides. We played a bunch of the games, and I got some stuffed animals. I got like a whole garbage bag full of stuffed animals, which all ended up being thrown away years later. Like, it was a complete waste of money, to be quite honest with you. I used to have this giant red container of all these different stuffed animals, and I don't think we threw away all of them. I think we might have sold some of them. I don't know. It's been so long. But the reason why I'm talking about Vegas is because this man is suing Aria Resort Casino and its parent company after waking up in a security area in handcuffs and being told that he owes the casino $75,000 despite having no memory at all of how the debt was incurred. He's a licensed attorney, out of all things, too. Said his last memory, this whole thing took place, this whole event took place January 23rd, 2024. He was leaving the high-limit blackjack room with a few $1,000s in chips. He says he next woke up the following morning in a Las Vegas casino security holding pen, handcuffed, and facing tens of thousands of dollars in gambling debt from markers he does not remember signing at all. He's now like suing the casino for allowing him to keep gambling even though he was heavily intoxicated. I feel like they did something. You know, he says right there he was walking away with a few $1,000s in chips, and then all of a sudden he just wakes up in a holding pen and is told, hey, you owe us $75,000. Is this how Vegas is trying to make their money back? Because, you know, Vegas right now is hemorrhaging. It's not doing so well. They're charging like $9 for water at the Flamingo and all of that. And I might hold off on going until I start seeing articles about how Vegas is flourishing again. It would suck to go to a hotel room and see not only water for $9, but also you have a little snack tray in your room that has sensors. So when you take a snack out of the tray, even if you don't even eat the snack, like you just lift the snack out of the tray and put it back, they'll still charge you like $25 for that bag of chips. This story made me laugh before I even read it. A Denver music venue called Your Mom's House got shut down because it didn't pay its taxes. That's it. That's the story. Imagine telling your friends, yeah, your mom's house got taken by the city. And for once, it's not an insult. It's just, you know, a financial reality. The tax man showed up, said, great venue name, terrible bookkeeping. If you name your business Your Mom's House, this feels kind of inevitable. You know, fun shows, loud music, zero structure, and eventually an authority figure shows up to shut it all down. There is no to peach their own today. Well, I might ask a question on the KBEAR 101 Idaho Rock and Metal Facebook group and just, you know, answer it online. That's it. Just put in the comments what your answer is, because I can't take live calls on the air right now. I'm in fact broadcasting from the Cannonball 101 studio. Yeah, if you didn't hear the whole thing this morning, apparently the entire board just died in the KBEAR 101 studio, and the whole place has been the whole thing went kaplooey, you know. The whole building has been kind of just off since this morning. The computers in here weren't working. Luckily, they are. Luckily, we were able to do the noon hour of madness and mayhem from in here. We're able to get through it from the Cannonball 101 studio. Does this studio absolutely suck? Yes, of course, because it's a sauna in here. Even with the vent closed, preventing the heat from entering this room, it's still hot in here. I don't know why exactly this place is set to such a high temperature, but it's awful. It's awful. Enough of my complaining. So we'll just talk about random stuff during this 4 p.m. hour, just like all the other hours during Peach's Pit Party. If you don't like that, I apologize. I forgot, honestly, this is that time of the year where you should like maybe get your coworkers something small for all of them, really. You bring in like maybe some cookies for each person. You bring in some candy. Kennedy, our front desk girl, brought all of us Sour Patch Kids. And I thought that was awesome. But there's one gripe with this. Not with her. Not with the candy she chose or anything. The thing that I hate about Sour Patch Kids and some other candies that come in these movie theater boxes, I don't know what you even call them, they always are in a bag inside the box. And I'm sure there's probably some scientific explanation as to why, like they won't stick to the box if you put them in a bag, but still, you get this tiny little bag of Sour Patch Kids on the inside compared to this giant box. You know, the candies that come just in the box are awesome. Like Sweet Tarts, for example. Yeah, cool. But when you eat a whole bunch of Sweet Tarts in a row, like how I did back when I was a teenager, it starts to hurt after a while. I watched I think I was forced to watch Pirates of the Caribbean, one of those mini movies. And I had a whole bunch of Sweet Tarts. My mouth was hurting so badly afterwards. It sucked. I told you I was going to talk about some random crap during this hour, and I am. Okay, I'm complaining about candy, for crying out loud. Justin Pierce from 105 The Hawk. I got to give a shout out to him. He's been doing this tournament in the 105 The Hawk Idaho Country Music Fans Facebook group. He's been trying to find out what is the best Christmas movie of all time. And he didn't just ask, hey, what is the best Christmas movie? No, he's been doing this voting style tournament for the past, I don't know, couple of days, maybe even a couple of weeks. But the finals are happening right now, again, in the 105 The Hawk Idaho Country Music Fans Facebook group. It's down to these two movies, Home Alone and Christmas Vacation. I've talked about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation on the air before. It's not my favorite. I for some reason just don't like dumb comedy. No, I shouldn't say that. I don't like slapstick comedy. Is that what it's called? Where it's just chaos and it's supposed to be funny chaos. Like you got those few dumb characters that ruin a perfectly good something, and you're sitting there like, that's supposed to be funny. That just irritates me for whatever reason. I just showed my girlfriend not that long ago Home Alone. She had never seen it before until a week or so ago. And the first thing she tells me is, Kevin McAllister's a psychopath. It's funny how silly that movie is. If it were realistic, I mean, wouldn't you think the robbers would have guns? Wouldn't you think it would be a whole lot worse for Kevin overall? They wouldn't be stupid. It's like that Family Guy scene where they say, like, if Home Alone was realistic and they just shoot Kevin. I don't even know if I can even say that on the air. I apologize. But yeah, if you want to go vote, which one is the better Christmas movie, Home Alone or Christmas Vacation? Clearly the best Christmas movie, in my opinion, is Elf, just because it's the best. I've watched that movie so many times and I never get over it. Usually I don't put this part in the podcast, but today I am, because I sincerely wanted to talk about this. Megadeth just released a new song called Let There Be Shred. You just heard it right there for It's So New at the top of the 5 p.m. hour. I was looking at the lyrics, right? The stage has been lit. Get up on your feet. Hearts start to pound. Everyone get off your seat. My fingers spontaneously combust into flames, destroying pretenders. Only ashes remain. When I'm reading this, I feel like it's very Chat GPT generated. On the day I was born, a guitar in my hands, the earth started rumbling through a thunderous command. To bash and to thrash, to bang my head, to smash my guitar, and let there be shred. Parentheses after that, guitar solo. Doesn't that sound very AI generated? We had Chat GPT try to imitate a Megadeth song, and it came up with better lyrics than this. And the previous two singles, Tipping Point especially, had really bad lyrics. What is going on? Oh, I can pull up the Tipping Point lyrics here. Today I may bleed, but tonight you will die. Snatched in your sleep in the blackest night. You buried the truth under layers of lies. There is no return. Now you've crossed the line. Doesn't, again, that sound Chat GPT generated? What if Dave Mustaine is using AI for this entire album? Like, of course, the whole band is playing instruments, but he's like, you know what? Screw it. This is our last album ever. We're just gonna use AI for the rest of it, and then cover a Metallica track. You know, they're covering Ride the Lightning on this final album. It's the self-titled final album. And we talked about it on the show previously, that their tour, their retirement tour, I believe Dave said he is trying to make it last like 3 to 5 years. 3 to 5 years for a retirement tour? How old is he? Can the whole band, especially him, withstand that much touring? I'm not trying to just completely just trash Megadeth right now, but I was looking at those lyrics and was like, wait, that doesn't look right. That looks very AI generated. He's 64 years old. It was awesome. He's a legend. Dave Mustaine is a legend. It was awesome getting the chance to talk with him for that brief 10 minutes prior to that show in Pocatello, the Portneuf Health Trust Amphitheater, when it was Megadeth and Biohazard. That was a fun show. But, the older you get, how much music Megadeth has released and how much music Dave Mustaine has written, I could only imagine how tough it would be to do something like that now. I just didn't like how Dave Mustaine recently also said that there's no new rock bands to really be the face of rock and metal. And when I talked to him for those brief 10 minutes, I was asking him about if he knew of bands like Bad Omens, Sleep Token, etc., and he had no idea who any of those bands were. He was like, I kind of like that band name, Bad Omen. Sounds cool. If you want to hear my previous conversation with Dave Mustaine of Megadeth, you can find it on demand wherever you get your podcasts. And that was your track, your It's So New track of the day, Let There Be Shred from Megadeth. I'm sure they'll be making a stop in Salt Lake City or Boise at some point on this 3 to 5 year long retirement tour. I have no idea if it has already been announced or if it's going to be announced at some point next year. All right, so I saw this question pop up on Ask Reddit. What's something you always assumed was mandatory in life until you met someone who just didn't do it? Only celebrating yourself on your birthday. Had a friend who took off work on the same day each year just to celebrate another year. It wasn't his birthday. He said his birthday is full of people wanting to celebrate with him, and he loved that. But this chosen day was just his day for himself. This poster says, I started doing the same thing shortly after. My special day is the first day of spring where the weather hits like 75 degrees or higher. I'll be kayaking at the lake. I got to feel like there's got to be that one day where I just go, you know what? I'll take the day off, pretend I'm sick or whatever, and just sleep in. For the past 2 nights, I've stayed up way too late, but I'm not really tired. That's the weird part, is that 2 nights ago, I was playing web fishing with a bunch of my friends on PC, on my PC and stuff, and it was like 11:30. I'm like, I'm not tired at all. I'm wide awake. Like, let's just keep playing. I didn't go to bed till like 1:30 in the morning. And then last night, stayed up too late, stayed till like midnight. And I'm doing just fine today. Knocking on wood with how everything's been going today. Oh, I'm worried I just jinxed myself, Another answer here on this question, dysfunctional household. My parents were very passive-aggressive and sensitive to criticism. We kids were always wrong. Very few apologies or admissions of fault. Fast forward to my second relationship. This person says, my boyfriend and I were having dinner with his parents. His dad did something that upset him, and he told them as much. I expected his dad to snap defensively because that's what my parents always did. Nope, his dad just listened to him and apologized. Wow. Who would have thought? All right, this thread's turning into too much reading. I'm done. Let's play some Lamb of God. Let's get nice and heavy with it. Sepsis. You know that dumb phrase, today I learned that Tom Hanks played 5 characters in the Polar Express movie. 6, if you count the narrator as a separate character. He voiced the hero boy's father, the train conductor, obviously. I thought that's the only character he voiced. The hobo on top of the train, my favorite character of the movie, Santa Claus, and the Scrooge puppet. Yeah. I didn't even realize how stacked this cast is. You got Josh Hutcherson as the hero boy himself, and you also wait a minute. What? It also says Daryl Sabara was the hero boy too, like the main character. Did they really have 2 different voices? I don't know. I truly don't know. I just know that Tom Hanks played like 5 different characters, and for some reason, a ton of people are hating the movie. I don't know exactly why. I just saw on Facebook, someone should remake the Polar Express, but good. Why is it? What's wrong with it? Is it because like there's a book and people liked the book so much, and then they were excited for the movie, and then they were just let down? Or what is it? I know some people that were afraid of the characters in the Polar Express because they just looked so lifeless, but I never was creeped out by that movie, and I especially was never creeped out by the movie Coraline, with the button eyes and everything. I had some friends back in middle school when that movie came out that were like, dude, that Coraline movie freaked me out. Like, what? How? I'm, in fact, not blaming the weather on this. It just doesn't necessarily feel like Christmas to me. It just doesn't. Maybe it's because I haven't paid too much attention to it. Maybe it's because it is, in fact, warmer than it should be. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know why it is. I haven't even sent Christmas cards out. And I don't plan on doing so because we're only 6 days away from Christmas. There's no way I'm going to hastily put together a Christmas card with like one of those Walmart templates and then send it out to a whole bunch of people. I have the stamps for it. I don't know. I don't want to rush a Christmas card, send it all out this late. I mean, I still could. Maybe. I don't know. I could only imagine how frustrating it would be to be a mail worker and having to deal with all these Christmas cards, all the deliveries this time of year, especially in areas like in the Midwest where there actually is tons and tons of snow. And in my opinion, it can just stay there, really. Josh and Chantel on Classy 97, they were having this conversation about Christmas music. Of course, Classy 97, the best Christmas music station, not only in the area, but also in the country. And I'm not saying that because I work here. I'm just saying that because I've seen the playlist and I've compared it to many other radio stations. And I got to tell you, Classy 97 certainly has the best variety because there's only so much you can do with Christmas music. And it does suck that you hear like 75 renditions of the same song done by different artists. But again, that's Christmas music. I mean, you could roast all genres of music. You can say country is essentially the same thing, just with a different voice. That's it. Most metalcore sounds the same too. Everybody screaming sort of sounds similar. I was watching Metal Burb's top 50 songs of 2025. There was a few there where I was like, wait, is this the same song or is this the same artist, I should say? And I looked, nope, completely different bands. So yeah, you could technically roast all genres of music for sounding the same. It's tough to really stand out, and it's really tough now to work in music and compete against AI. And there's so many bands. There are so many different bands out there compared to how it used to be. People love music, and I love music, and I'm hoping you love music as well. I'm glad there's tons of different bands out there. I don't know what I just spiraled into. We started off with something and then went into how all music is essentially... forget it. Forget it. Never mind. Let's just move on to some Ice Nine Kills, the great unknown on Peach's Pit Party. I'm kind of frustrated reading this one today. You've heard the saying, never judge a book by its cover. Well, you shouldn't judge a piggy bank that way either. A TikToker by the name of Katrina, she was recently doing some thrifting at a Goodwill store when she saw this painted piggy bank that caught her eye. It was pretty hideous looking. It was $11, which is a little pricey for the thing, but she figured, it must be vintage, so I need to buy it. What great logic that is. Once she left the store and got to her car, she realized there was something inside of it. She opened it up, started pulling out plastic bags that were stuffed inside. I thought for piggy banks, you had to break them in order to get what was inside. I thought that was the whole point. She just was able to pull it all out. When all the bags were out, she was stunned to find wads of cash rolled up. She counted it up to $2,028. Katrina says she has found random things before at thrift stores, but nothing quite like this. I hate stories like this, to be quite honest with you, because it's like it's either you planted it there or you planted it there. There's no way that this lady's like, oh yeah, I just found a random piggy bank. Magically, there's $2,000 inside. And then you post it all on TikTok and you make this heavily edited video. Thrifted piggy bank full of cash with 3 exclamation points. Add that to the subreddit that I've talked about before, untrustworthy Pop-Tarts. Where it's just like, how did that get in there? I don't know. So dumb. Definitely. I'm definitely on the side of she planted that in there. I could only imagine this girl, Katrina, that she went to the bank beforehand, took out all the money out of her savings account in $100 bills, proceeded to roll them up, put them in the plastic bags, put them inside the piggy bank, and then recorded herself walking into the store, planted the piggy bank ahead of time. Then once the piggy bank was planted, she then pretended to walk down that aisle and go, I like this piggy bank. Picks it out, buys it for $11, and then pretends, how did that get in there? You know. Hey, so there's this thing I've been talking about called the Giving Machine. It has been in Pocatello. I should say Chubbuck. It started out in Chubbuck, moved its way to Rexburg, and now it's at the Grand Teton Mall in Idaho Falls. It's going to be there till January 1st. It's a unique vending machine where you can donate a whole bunch of different items to a global charity or a local charity or even both. You can donate to as many things, as many organizations as you'd like. You can donate as many things as you'd like as well. Go to the vending machine, check out the options, use your credit, debit card, or maybe even your mobile payment, and 100% of your donation will go directly to the charity that you chose. It's awesome. Again, it's at the Grand Teton Mall. It's going to be there till January 1st. You can go to givingmachineeastidaho.org for more information, or you can just simply click on the Giving Machine right now in the KBEAR 101 app. It'll take you directly to that link. LA traffic already sucks. I don't know if most of you have gone to Los Angeles or gone to Southern California and tried driving at 5 p.m. It's at a standstill. You're going to be in gridlock traffic for an excessive amount of time. It absolutely sucks, right? A Los Angeles freeway is already bad enough as it is, but this pair of reindeer got out of their trailer, made a run for it in the right lane. The festive four-legged friends named Cookie and Noel slowed the already slow LA traffic until local animal services arrived to round them up. I don't know how you could slow it down even further, because I'm guessing most cars are just stopped. And then you see two reindeer and you're like, okay, whatever, cool. This is some fun entertainment while I'm just sitting here when I should be driving. It's a miracle to hit the speed limit of like 65 miles per hour, but instead you're going like 6. It absolutely is awful. These next few weeks are going to absolutely suck because I know on Monday the radio prep closes for the entire year, so I'll have to dig online for crap to talk about. Monday and Tuesday are the only 2 days I'll be here next week. Obviously, we got Christmas Eve where we'll all be off that day, and then we got Christmas again. We'll all be off that day, and then Friday, I'm taking the day off. It's going to be my girlfriend's birthday. I'm also just not wanting to work the day after Christmas. I mean, it's kind of silly to have Christmas Eve and Christmas off and then come back to work on Friday only to be off again for the weekend. So why not just not work from Wednesday through Sunday, you know? Anyway, I will see you next Monday for a very short week. If you ever miss any part of Peach's Pit Party, again, you can find the podcast on demand wherever you get your podcasts, places like Spotify, Apple, etc. I'm up on out of here. I'll leave you with Atreyu. It is dead. Peach out. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.